Let us not forget everything that happens. It's by the will of Allah. Holy will. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or duty unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Tune into Sunnah followers, stream it every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers. Oh, living in this dunya to the believer is a prison. Living in this dunya to the believer is a prison. Living in this dunya to the believer is a prison. You just need to stay away. And you just need to stay away. Stay away today. There's a heavy price to pay. Stay away, stay away, stay away. You just need to stay. Prohibition, limitation. You just need to stay away. Hey, I got a couple questions for y'all. The first one, who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? Now, I know this sounds crazy, but if you're one of those people that have been trying to get information and you come across this, or even this. All right, take a listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Sister Laila Nasheeba, the Managing Director and Founder of Sunnahfollowers Online Islamic University. As you know, we have classes every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we cover everything from Aqidah, which is your belief system, to Seerah, which are the stories of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the story of the companions. Please join us every day beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are broadcasting and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, DLive, Trovo, and Twitch. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to join us in the 24-hour Zoom room for behind-the-scenes access.
Okay. Eid alhamdulillah, wa salam Allah wa rasulallah. I want to welcome, excuse me, I want to welcome everybody to our Hadith class for today. And alhamdulillah, we're studying the Hadith from the book entitled Not One of Us. The book entitled Not One of Us. And these are Hadiths written, this is a book written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. And what he did was he took hadiths from the different authentic sources and put them together in this book of his, which are hadiths addressing issues or behaviors or actions that are so bad that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned us against them, to the point of saying that if a person engages in these actions, or engages in these types of behaviors, they're so far away from being like he and his companions. So with that said, and by the way, guys, we're almost at the conclusion of this book. We only have 3 hadiths left. And mashallah, we will revisit this book at a later time. But mashallah, I really enjoy this book of Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli's. So the hadith that we're going to go over today is hadith number 56 in this book. So I want everybody to get the book out. And while you do that, I'm going to now, share my PowerPoint on the screen. Let me start it off with the people here in the Zoom room. Inshallah. Oh, I got to hold the PowerPoint up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot. It's so much I'm trying to do. Y'all don't know it's hard to run everything here. Okay, here it is. This is the hadith for you guys in Zoom. And then so you all can see it here on YouTube. Not of us, right? Is this it? Yeah, there it is. Let me make the screen larger. Inshallah. Yeah, and go to the PowerPoint here. All right, so this is the book, Not One of Us. And like I said, we're almost at the end of it. We'll probably complete this book by as early as next week. And inshallah, for this class, I will be replacing this class with my series on enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. Because a lot of the young brothers have been asking me questions about how do we go about enjoining good and forbidding evil. So that will be the replacement for this series. Okay, so let's take a look at the hadith for tonight's discussion. And of course, this hadith is authentic. And this hadith is narrated by Abu Bakr, not Abu Bakr. This is Abu Bakr. Bakr, a different person. Abu Bakr ibn Harith. Abu Bakr ibn Harith. He was also one of the eminent companions. And I think you guys may have heard me mention him before when I did the story of the stories of the female heroines of Islam. Well, Abu Bakr tells us that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say that a judge, if you are in a position of a judge, a qadi, it's called a qadi in Islam. Call is heavy. Qadi. You can tell I've been reading the Quran again. I'm back to that tajweed stuff. Subhanallah. May Allah bless Brother Malik for getting us the script we need. But call is heavy. Call, not ka. Call. A qadi, that's a judge. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a judge should not judge between 2 people when he is in a state of anger. And common sense will tell you why. Because if you're angry or mad about something, all of your senses is not there. Your logic is not there. Your mind is going to be focused on whatever it is that angered you. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying here that don't judge between 2 people if you're angry, because you may end up saying something that you may want to recant later, or you may say something that you don't mean, or you'll give a ruling in favor of someone whom you shouldn't have given the ruling in favor of. Again, Allah is all about justice. Allah is good. Allah is clean. And Allah loves justice. He hates injustice. And this hadith also is letting us know that today, so many Muslims today want to be scholars and all of this. We don't understand the authority that comes with being a person of knowledge. If you are a person of knowledge, you're held accountable for what you tell the people, what you teach the people, okay? And a judge is even held more accountable. You know, you have to be careful that you rationalize things and that you judge and balance things based on the Quran and the Sunnah, not based on your opinion, not based on your feelings, not based on your likes and dislikes. A judge is a great position in Islam, and not everyone can hold such a title. But we find men here in America calling themselves Qadi and Muftis and all of this. This is wrong. This is wrong. That's why when I tell you sisters, when you sisters come to me asking about marriage and divorce, okay, I tell you, you have to go to a judge that specializes in marriage and divorce. A judge is a person that specializes in the law. In Islam, the judge is a person who is specialized in the laws of Allah. And such a person also is aware of the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That means they know the hadith. A judge does not rule based on scholarly views. Let me repeat that. A true judge does not base his decisions on scholarly views. Let me repeat it again. A true judge, a true qadi, does not base his decisions on scholarly views. His decision must be weighed against the Quran and against the Hadith, and that's it. And if he wanted to look at anyone's views, his views should be none other than the companions of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now you guys see, a person may call himself a scholar of Sharia. Is he really a scholar of Sharia? If they're sitting around quoting the 4 imams to you, they're not scholars of the Sharia. You listen to these brothers that call themselves scholars of the Sharia, and they're not backing up anything they say with Quran and Hadith from the Prophet. Instead, it's what Ibn this said, and Sheikh this said, and Mufti that said. So again, we have to be careful taking on positions and titles such as this. And one of the things that I'm always emphasizing here in America, just because you have an imam of the mosque doesn't mean that that imam is a person of knowledge. There's a lot of hood imams. Oh yeah, America has a lot of hoods everywhere. And with those hoods come hood imams. Water seeks its own level. Okay? You ain't gonna find no scholar sitting up in no hood. I'm sorry, it just don't work that way. You ain't gonna find no qadi in the hood. It just don't work that way. So you sisters have to be very careful, you know, with these hood imams who y'all think are scholars and judges, and they're telling you things like, if you get married, 50% of the knowledge of Islam is gonna fall out the sky into your head. This is not a scholar. This is not a judge. That's an idiot. Okay? So we have to be very careful. The true judges, they don't make rulings or decisions unless they are free of anger. A true judge does not make a decision unless he can weigh it on the Quran and the Sunnah, the Quran and the Hadiths. So let's look to see what lessons can be learned from this Hadith. Number 1, judging between 2 people is a serious matter in Islam, and it brings about serious consequences. Those hood imams that be issuing Islamic verdicts to you, they're going to be held accountable on a day of judgment for what's coming out of their mouths. Also, a judge should be free from any conflicts at the time of a ruling on a matter. And also, he cannot make rulings based on his emotional state or his feelings, his opinion, or his absence of judgment. He has to be in a good state of mind. And also, a good judge will excuse himself from a case if he cannot be impartial, if he cannot gather all the facts. He has to have the facts of both stories, both parties' facts. If he feels impartial or he feels himself leaning towards one person more than the other due to personal reasons or whatnot, he has to excuse himself. And again, only a qualified, God-fearing person should take on the role and assume the position of a true judge. Because this is a position of authority. This is a position of power that brings a lot of severe consequences to you if you wasn't qualified for it. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in an authentic hadith, one of the most severely punished on the day of judgment will be the person who appointed himself as a judge and he was not qualified and he issued verdicts that entailed harming someone else. So we have to be very, very careful as Muslims regarding what we ask for. Be very, very, very careful as Muslims in regards to what we aspire to be. So this is a wonderful hadith that I want everyone to remember in his and her day, in his and her life. Everybody wants to be a scholar. Everybody wants to be fame, fame, fame. Is it any wonder? Ain't that what David Bowie said? Is it any wonder that most of us are going to be in hell? Is it any wonder that most of us are going to be in hell because of that fame? Remember, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said one of the first groups of people that will be dragged by their faces and thrown in the hellfire are those people who call themselves scholars and people of knowledge. Allah will ask them, why did you seek knowledge? And they will say, oh, so we can teach the Quran and share your religion with others. Allah will say, no, you didn't. You're a liar. You did it because you were looking for fame. And Allah will command the angels to grab that person by their face and drag them to the hellfire. SubhanAllah. We got to be careful of what we ask for. It's all about that money, 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 money. And that fame. It's got to be based on Quran and Hadith. Most people don't understand the Quran. Most Muslims do not understand the meaning of the Quran. Why is it? Because they don't know the Hadiths. They don't know the meaning of the Hadiths. They don't know the history of the Hadiths. They don't know what happened to make the Prophet say what he said, or do what he did. And the Hadiths are the explanation of the Quran. So be careful. Be careful who y'all take y'all's knowledge from. Be careful, women, who you run to handle your disputes. You better go to a person who specialized in marriage, a person that specialized in divorce, a person that specialized in the lawful and the unlawful. Even in the time of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he tell the companions? He said, nobody understands the lawful and the unlawful better than Mu'ad. Mu'ad ibn Jabal, he became one of the first ambassadors or the first messengers of Islam. Why? Because the Prophet said no one understands the lawful and unlawful better than him. So when people had disputes, The prophet would tell them, if I am not here, he didn't tell them to go to Abu Bakr. He didn't tell them to go to Umar. He said, if I'm not available, go to Mu'adh ibn Jabal, because no one understands the lawful and unlawful better than him. He was trained by me. That's his specialty. That's what Mu'adh ibn Jabal specialized in, the lawful and the unlawful. So they would go to him. And even after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, Abu Bakr and the others would refer all lawful and unlawful matters to Mu'adh ibn Jabal. He was a qadi, a judge, because he knew the laws of Allah. He understood what's lawful and what isn't. And by the way, he also said a woman ain't got to cover her face. None of the companions, not any of the original companions, said that a woman has to cover her face, except Ibn Masud. Ibn Masud was the only companion that believed a woman's body was all of her body was order. None of the other companions believed that, not even Mu'adh. By the way, his mother, I did her story. Go look up listen to her. The last lecture I did for the heroines of Islam was his mother. She didn't cover her face either. She didn't cover her face either. All right. So if you're going to say covering my face is a sunnah, you got to prove it, because the prophet's wives did not cover their faces. The female companions didn't do it either. So don't call something a sunnah unless it was done by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or his wives and companions. They didn't do that. I keep telling y'all been misinformed because the people don't know the hadiths. All right. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments? All right, I'm going to close out for tonight. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Don't forget we have our 6 o'clock class, and that we'll be doing chapter 4. Tomorrow we will begin chapter 4 of the book Diluting While I Will Better. Let me put it up there. Yeah. Don't forget chapter 4 of Diluting While I Will Better tomorrow. So it'll be chapter 4. And also tomorrow we'll be continuing. We might complete it. The articles of belief. Because remember, we're talking about the decree of Allah. And I think that's the last part of that book. So we might complete the articles of belief. And when we do, I'll replace that class with the signs of the last hour. All right. Okay, I'm going to log off for tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining and listening. The Zoom room is open. And please support this dawah effort, guys. Subhanallah, you know, this is the first of the month. The first is tomorrow. Oh, my God. We got a lot of our bills getting ready to come out tomorrow. Okay, they took out the streaming bill today. And thanks to one of the sisters, you know, we were overdrawn. But one of our sisters paid it. We out the hole. But all we got in the bank is $50. All we got is $50 in the bank. So please, guys, if we can get some donations tonight to cover whatever's coming out tomorrow, remember the rewards you're going to get. You know, please scan that QR code at the top, or you can go to PayPal me/Sunnahfollowers and donate using PayPal. But it's best if you donate using Zelle, because Zelle doesn't take no money out, and it goes directly into our account at and you Zelle using the email address of laila@Sunnahfollowers, or you can Cash App. You know, I got some people that's been Cash Apping too. We do Cash App at Sunnahfollowers. If y'all gonna Cash App, you use that Sunnahfollower, because a couple of the sisters Cash App us at Sunnahfollowers. Y'all see that? Put this $ Sunnahfollowers, one word. I typed it on the screen there. Y'all can Cash App with that too. Yeah, we take the Cash App too. I don't like Cash App, but I got it because some people, that's all they have. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to log out for tonight. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Everybody have a good night. Assalamu alaikum. Peace out.